Hey guys, welcome, you guys. Happy Sunday, you guys. I feel like it's been so long. It's been so long since I've been here. Happy Sunday, you guys. Happy October 27th. Happy last Sunday of October, you guys. Welcome. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, hear me and see me clearly. Welcome, everybody. I'm on here a couple minutes early to make sure. Hey, Danita, can you hear me and see me? Danita, I know Danita will tell me if she can hear me and see me. Hi, you guys. We can see you and you can hear me clearly. Yes, thank you. Welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday. Thank you. Thank you for blinking for me. It is the last Sunday of October, you guys. The end of October, the year is almost over. Bars. Bars. So I guess tonight, hi Regina, welcome everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. Tell me where you're from, because I know our community is growing, you guys. We are growing. Our little family is growing loud and clear. Great, you guys. Tell me where you're from. We'll jump in. I'll do a little introduction for the people that are new here. I ain't gonna hold y'all long, even though I always say that. And then I end up holding y'all long, don't I? So, welcome. I'm gonna turn it up. How are you? I know you're from Memphis. That's right. Detroit is in the house. Welcome. Atlanta, ATL. Welcome. Nashville, Tennessee. So you're right up the road. Nashville, Washington, D.C., New Jersey. Okay, so everybody, we just represent the East Coast, the Northeast Coast, Georgia. I know my California people will be checking in here. You know that everybody on the West Coast is just now waking up on the West Coast. So let them get up and they'll check in here too. So we got Texas, Washington, D.C. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. If this is your first time here, thanks for coming. I try to make it a good time, you know. I'm your auction mama. Try to let everybody kind of get on here. They get the alerts that I'm live. So they come on here. I have to like check and make sure the sound works. You know, when you come early someplace, you're the setup crew. So you got to let me know if you can hear me and see me clearly. So again, it's the last Sunday of October, you guys. Where did the year go? So if you did not know, you guys, I've been cold calling. You should be proud of your auction mama for cold calling. We can talk about all this tonight. We can talk about it. Fort Campbell, is that? Yeah. Oh, that's Danita. I was going to say Fort. That's Danita. St. Louis, you're always in the house. Welcome, you guys. Everybody's blinking. Y'all can hear me and see me. It is 7:59. We're going to start at 8 o'clock because we start on time over here, right? And I know everybody on the East Coast, it is 9 o'clock. On the West Coast, it is sunrise on the West Coast. Nidra's daughter, Nidra, it was my teacher in real estate school 18 years ago. Shout out to her. She helped me get my license 18 years ago. So, you guys, it is 8 o'clock. There's California. I knew somebody from California was going to come on here. I know y'all just waking up. I know the sun is just coming up on the West Coast over there. So, you guys, let's jump in. Let me do my introduction for everybody who is new here. And then we can talk all things real estate tonight, you guys. So, if you are new here, welcome, you guys. I'm Ashley Pickens here in Memphis, Tennessee. You guys, I've been in real estate since 2006. Like she said, Nidra read it, is your mama. She taught me. I can't remember how many hours I had to get your license. I think it's 60 hours, right, to get your license. So I got licensed in 2006. So I've been a real estate agent. I've also been a real estate broker over a firm. But most of y'all know me and you're here and you're in the community because I'm your auction mama, right? I am an auctioneer. I am that person that says going once, going twice, sold. That is me. So I auction all foreclosures at the courthouse here in Memphis, Shelby County. Memphis representing, I see you. Welcome, you guys. Here I auction here in Shelby County, parts of Mississippi. Sometimes I'm in Nashville. I do like lately I've been like in the little rural areas, like in Mississippi. They're like little rural counties. So that is what I do. I auction off foreclosures. So I just started sharing videos with all of you all. This is how this got started. When I became an auctioneer, I had no idea what I was doing, right? They just called me and asked me if I would do it. I had no idea, right, what I was doing, but I was like, yep, but I'm gonna figure it out, right? I said yes, and I figured it out. So I started realizing that a lot of people had no idea how auctions work, right? We all hear about that they auction off properties at the courthouse, all that kind of stuff. But most of us, including myself, had no idea like when, where, what time, how do you buy the properties, where are the properties, how do you pay for them? We have just all heard that they auction off properties at the courthouse. So when they called me, you guys, I hopped on YouTube and I was like, auctioneer. And it wasn't like really anybody on here. And so I just started realizing y'all have no clue how it works. Unless you've been like the guys who come to the auction have been going to the auction for like years, like 20 years, 20 and 30 years. They've been going so long. It's the same guys. So they know how this works, right? But most people have no idea. And I realized that. And so I started making videos to teach y'all how to bid on properties at the auction, right? And I do master classes and um I just kind of share with y'all what I know so y'all can win at the auction. And that became like my most watched video still to this day is how to buy a house at the auction. I made that video back in I think 2020. And right, everybody always asks me if I talk fast. I was at Starbucks the other day and I'm in there all the time and the girl's like, "Ashley, what do you do?" And I was like, "I'm an auctioneer." And she was like, "Do you talk fast?" And I was like, "No, I don't talk fast, but I am that person that you're thinking. I'm the one that says going once, going twice, but I don't be talking fast though. But I talk faster than the people at auction.com. Shout out to auction.com. No shade, no shade. I talk faster than them though. I talk faster than them though. No shade. I love my people at auction.com. So that's how I got here. And I just do master classes. If you missed any of my master classes, you can go watch them all for free. And then I think that kind of evolved into once people started realizing that I was the one auctioning at the courthouse, then people would start calling me and they'd be like, "My brother's in foreclosure. Can you help my brother?" Right. And I'm like, okay. So then I kind of started helping people who were in foreclosure. Right. So we have just evolved in this community and we have grown and grown. And now I think we're at like 25,000 subscribers here on YouTube, like 60,000 on Instagram. And here we are. And I come on here Sundays and I try to answer questions and teach you and talk about real estate. And here we are because y'all know your girl can talk. I can talk. So, welcome everybody. That is the spill on me. I'm in Memphis, Shelby County. So let's jump into it, you guys. Welcome everybody new here. I see Freedom from Philly up there. Let's jump in, you guys. Next week we have auctions. Week after next, I know Georgia and Texas, y'all's auction is the first. Danita, I've been going live on Sundays for like a long time. I was hosting master classes for a long time. I had the mentorship for a long time. So I've been trying to come on here, you guys. I will do better and come on here more often, you guys. I will do better. So anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, first Tuesday of the month is coming up. Y'all know that's Georgia and Texas, November 5th. Y'all got auctions coming up in Georgia. We can go over some auctions. We got auctions next week. I just saw that my auction was canceled next week. So let's jump into there. If y'all have questions, kind of throw them in the chat. John, plan to go to an auction on Wednesday. Is there a lot of paperwork after one wins? So for me, you guys, let's talk auctions a little bit because I know a lot of y'all want to know that. So I'm at the courthouse. I do trustee sales. All platforms kind of operate differently. So me at the courthouse, you guys, you bid. I always say at the courthouse, you have to have the entire amount of money, right? In certified funds. I need the complete amount of money at the auction. All auctions don't operate like that. I think auction.com, a couple of them will let you put down a deposit and then you have to wire the rest, especially if it's an online bidding situation. But me in person at the courthouse, I have to have all the funds right then and there. Okay. Now, as far as paperwork goes, you guys, look, I was trying to see if I had some. I just get your information, right? Because I don't have keys and deeds and refunds. I don't have any of that at the auction, right? So deeds and refunds come in the mail. Deeds and refunds come in the mail. Okay. So I do make you fill out a little information like the vesting name, the bidder name. I don't look. Let me see if I got a form right here on my desk. Sometimes I have blank forms. Here's a receipt though. Let's see. So on this form, I don't know if y'all can see this. It's like it says receipt of funds, right? So date, trustee sale. If you give me multiple cashier's checks, I write down that information. But I mean, I can literally do it in like 8 to 10 minutes, right? I just need a correct address of where you want your deed and your refund to go. Um, Y'all know I don't have keys. We all know that if you're new here, I don't have keys. I love to see the answers when I ask this question, you guys. If you buy an auction property, you guys, how do you get in that property? How do you get into a property that you buy at the auction? And it's all kinds of things. People will post like a Lowe's crowbar, because I don't have keys, y'all. I always tell people, y'all, when was the last time you climbed through a window? A sledgehammer. There you go. When was the last time you climbed through a window? Because that's how you're going to get in. Because I don't have keys or deeds or refunds, right? The best way you can is how you're going to get in that house. Now, if it's empty, right, you can call a locksmith. And then I guess the locksmith, right, they can do the keys from the front. I don't know. You probably got to crawl through a window. You know what I mean? That's how you're going to get in that property. Y'all see the answers. So just know when you come to the auction, I don't have keys, deeds, or refunds. Okay. So let's just talk a little auction to-do list. Auction, do you know? Kind of fun facts about auctions real quick. Auctions, you make your checks payable to yourself. Okay. Make the cashier's checks payable to yourself. Okay. Because if you don't win that property, you can deposit it right back into your bank account. Okay. If you do win the property, then you just turn it over, endorse the back, and you give it to the cashier, the auctioneer. Okay. Also, again, I said refunds come in the mail, so make sure your address is correct. Okay. Also, a lot of people buy cashier's checks in increments. Okay. Increments. What do I mean? Like you can have one cashier's check for $100,000, right? Or you can get 4 cashier's checks for $25,000. Okay. Does that make sense, everybody? A lot of people bring increments. Okay. Because again, I don't have refunds. So if you have $100,000 cashier's check, and say you win the property for $80,000, your girl not going to the car pulling out $20,000. I don't just have change for $100,000. So that refund of $20,000 is coming in the mail. Okay. So a lot of people buy increments. Everybody also know that you can't see the inside of auction properties. Why, class? Because somebody could still be living in the property, right? Those homeowners are still there a lot of times. Okay. So you're essentially bidding blind. Just for everybody who's new here that does not understand how auctions work. The homeowners could still be in that property. And if they are, you can offer them cash for keys, lead with love. If not, you have to go to court and evict them. Okay. Hello, Marilyn from Miami. Welcome, y'all. So keep that in mind when you buy at the auction. Okay. Everybody clear on that. So let's talk about some auctions. Let's talk about some properties going up for auction this week. I'm going to share my screen because this turns into like a little masterclass, you know? So let's first and foremost, we go through my welcome from Delaware. We got the East Coast representing. I know it's 9 o'clock over there on the East Coast. Let's go to a couple little sites that I like. I try to have order on this. Thank you, John. I try to have Miami represent. Shout out to everybody in Florida and North Carolina. I know y'all been going through down there, right? So welcome, Coach Jay. There's my friend from Memphis. So from Utah, welcome from Utah, you guys. I love seeing where y'all are from. So I know I just wanted to say shout out to everybody in Florida, North Carolina, where the hurricanes are, baby, because y'all know I'm trying to get my beachfront property for $13.12. And y'all are moving from Florida. I just saw I got an article. Let's share. I'm going to share my screen with y'all, and we're going to pray that Wi-Fi stays with us, that the signal stays, that the force is strong over here today, okay, with the Wi-Fi. So, can y'all see my screen? Y'all know I'm on daily job cuts. That's right. You better get your letters and your envelopes out. I got mine right here. Let the record show your girl has still been mailing every week. And I have also incorporated cold calling. We can talk about that. My experience as a cold caller. True life. This is True Life. Y'all remember that show? True Life. My experience as a cold caller. So we can talk about all that if y'all want to. Because it's the end of the year, you guys. We can look. Hold on, let's go, because y'all know I jump around. Let me try to stay on task. So y'all, I'm on Daily Job Cuts. Y'all know I like this site, dailyjobcuts.com. You kind of get an idea of what's going on in the market. Shout out to them. They always share my videos. I was just going to see, because look, Florida residents planning to sell homes leave the state after hurricane season. We're done. Maybe I can get one for like $12.19. You know what I'm saying? But so look, here's an article talking about Florida residents, but I mean, they've been hit hard back to back to back. So you can't even blame them. You know what I mean? And knowing me, I want my little house right there on the beach. I know I'm gonna have to board up when the wind blow too hard, the way I'm trying to be, like right on the sand, right? So for $21.19 is the kind of property I'm trying to get. So, but anyway, I like Daily Job Cuts. It shows, if you look on what side is this? The left-hand side, it shows all the companies that are laying off, okay? So, and then on the right-hand side, it shows all the companies that are closing or filing bankruptcy. So, I feel like I always say this when we watch the news. They make it seem like everything's good. Employment is good. The economy is good. Everybody got a job. Milk and eggs cost like nothing, which is not true. You know what I mean? So I like to come on here and kind of get a real idea of really what's going on in the world. And jobs are laying off. That's for sure. Look at Spirit Airlines announces layoffs. Shocker. You know what I mean? Hawaiian Airlines. Everybody is laying off, especially the banks. Baby, every time I pull up to the bank, y'all, nobody is in line. I'm like, no wonder. But I went to the bank the other day, you guys. Let me tell you, I went to the bank and I was depositing a check. And the teller was like, you can do this from home. She was like, you can just scan it now and deposit it from home. I'm like, ma'am, I'm trying to keep you a job, right? But thank you for the information. And now I go home and scan my own checks and scan them on in now. But look, I'm trying to keep you a job here. But since you've given me some good information, thank you, ma'am. I'll take it. Look at me trying to keep her in a job. But she telling me, she's like, you ain't got to come here. Okay. So TGI Fridays is closing their remaining Connecticut restaurants. Not TGIF. But anyway, you guys, check this site out, dailyjobcuts.com. Check it out. See what's going on. People are laying off. When people start getting laid off, there goes their check. And then they can't pay their mortgage anymore, you guys. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So my one other site that I really like that y'all like too is Warren warntracker.com. Y'all with me? Blink if you can see my screen. Blink if you can see my screen. Yeah, she was ready to go home, Camille. I was like, ma'am, ain't nobody even in line. You need to, I don't know, let me mind my own business, right? But she was like, you don't have to come here. You can just deposit it at home. I'm trying to keep you in business, but that's right. Let me save my gas. You know what I mean? So anyway, Warren Tracker talks. Let's put it on 2024. Y'all blinking. Can y'all see this? It lets you know as of right now, if you not, if you've been on here with me before, we kind of look California. It tells like jobs that are potentially about to lay off have filed notices that they are laying off. So California has laid off 35,000 people so far this year. Texas, 20,000 people. Tennessee, 6, Florida, 9, New York, 12,000 people. So it's just kind of, I know the little tech hubs, I know that I've been hearing they've been laying off the little tech industry. Maybe everybody who got a little customer service job, y'all better learn how to, I don't know, get some more skills. The way AI, we invest in real estate over here. I know everybody who watches my channel is a millionaire and we ain't worried about it. So I'm just saying. So warntracker.com, check it out. It talks about companies that are laying off, how many people have been laid off so far this year. You can go back and look over, other years, but just a little site that y'all can remember and bookmark and, follow back on. Because when people start getting laid off, they can't pay their mortgage. That's all I'm saying. So you guys, okay, good. Everybody's blinking. I'm glad everybody's over there blinking and breathing. So let's talk about, what are we talking about, y'all? Auctions? No, let me catch y'all up. Did we talk about the latest numbers with HUD? To pull up HUD, hold on. And y'all know if you have questions, drop them in the chat. Good evening, Raymond. Good evening, everybody. I can see the chat. I get distracted sometimes when I'm looking at the chat, but I'll do my best to stay focused. You know me. So I'm about to share my screen really quickly with you guys. Okay, so everybody knows I follow HUD. I usually put out a video on Instagram, YouTube, every month when HUD releases its latest numbers. So September's HUD report came out straight from HUD's mouth itself, right? And it talks about like home purchases. We got people in forbearance, but I'm always looking at housing insecurities. Let me blow it up, people in the back, so they can see it. Are y'all blinking? Can y'all see the screen? Let's make sure. Can everybody see? Don't worry, I won't make anybody read out loud. I'll read out loud myself. So yes, good. Everybody can see. Now, I don't really pay attention to this, but I just noticed the rate of on mortgage loans increased for a third consecutive month. So people are putting their mortgages back into forbearance, you guys. So not a whole bunch of people, but 155,000. But you always got to multiply by 2. You know how this works. But this is the part that I'm always watching. Housing, I can read. Insecurity appears to have what in August. I just did a YouTube video on this if y'all watched it. But it said shows that approximately 5.7 million renter households were behind on their rental payments. Up, look at that, up from 12%. I mean, it's 12.3. It's 12. You guys, these numbers have not changed. I keep saying that. I feel like a broken record every time I say that. But the numbers haven't changed in the last 4 years anyway. So an estimated 4.4% or 2.03 million renter households feared eviction was imminent in the next 2 months. So by the end of the year, 2.03 million people feared eviction. And what do I always say, you guys? If 5.7 million people behind on their rent, wouldn't you think 5.7 million people feared eviction? But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm crazy. So let's keep going, class. And approximately 5.4% or 4.47 million homeowner households were behind on their mortgage payments in August, up from 5.3% or 4.34 million. So, an estimated 914,000 homeowners feared foreclosure was imminent in the next 2 months. You guys, you know how I feel about those numbers. You know, I feel like they are way off, way, 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 way off. And I think we will see, what do I always say, you guys? We got to get through this election. You know what I mean? We got to get through this election and then we will see. I always ask the guys down there at the auction who've been going to the auction for years, like 20, 30 years. I always try to get their opinion of what they think is going on. And I was like, what do y'all think is going to happen with the housing market? And everybody's on the same thing, is like, you know, wait until after this election. Like these banks can't hold on too much longer. You know what I mean? So let's get through the election. Y'all know I ain't going either way on that, but get through the election. Are y'all still there? Still see me? Look at me. I just said one word. See, there's some words you can't say. Y'all saw how quick my Wi-Fi signal just went out? Let's move on. Let's move right along to another subject. Is everybody still there? Okay. Y'all still here with me? Okay. I swear it said internet signal just went out. Like, let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Okay. So, anyway, that is the foreclosure rental numbers. If you combine both of those are at least 10 million people who are behind on their mortgage. I talked to a guy last week, you guys. No, like, you guys, hard, listening real hard. A guy last week, since I was cold calling, if I had like the little applause button, I would press it so y'all could applause. USDA or FHA better. So USDA, that's like that rule loan. Isn't that 100% USDA? You can get 100% financing with USDA loans. I think it just depends on what works better for you. I feel like, you know what I mean? Now, with 100% loans, if the market changes, there you don't have really any equity in your house, if you're buying right there at the top of the market. But anyway, what was I about to say? You will be a homeowner. You will, to buy a farm sold 1% down. I think just what works best for you. And right now, just negotiate, right? Negotiate everything. I mean, mortgage lenders, they're trying to make deals. Everybody's trying to, heck, make a deal, make some money right now. So negotiate everything is what I would say. Negotiate everything. So, what were we about to jump in and talk about, you guys? Because we need to move along. We need to move along. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. If you can get a good loan, you know what I mean? Do it. But, okay, let's talk about auctions, right? Let's talk about some auctions. If you've been with me, those townhouses in California are back up for auction again. Let's look at some. I haven't really looked a lot, you guys, but let's see. I'm about to share my screen with you all. Let's see. Y'all know this site. Okay, so I'm going to drop this in the chat so y'all can save this site. It's some auction. I found a couple of more auction websites for you all. I'm always trying to look out for y'all. Okay, so MK Consultants, I clicked on Trustee Sales. We're going to scroll on down. Let's see. It'll catch up with me here. Here we go. The week of the 28th. Again, if you are new here, I know I got quite a few new people here. If you come on this site, a lot of people ask, can you see previous auctions? On this site, you can. I haven't really seen any other sites that you can go back and look. But can y'all see my screen? Y'all blinking? I know those townhouses. Y'all blinking. Y'all can see my screen. Look, I'm like, y'all blinking. I lost my train of thought. Here we are. So if you are on this site, you can see where the properties have sold. So let me kind of give you a little rundown. If you're new here, this is really like California, Tennessee, Arizona, California, a couple Montana here and there. You can bookmark it and show y'all. Let me help you read this if you are looking at a site like this. So right here on this site, it shows the opening bids. Okay. Now, PP stands for postponed. Okay. If you are new here, postponed does not mean canceled when it comes to an auction. It just means the homeowner might have filed bankruptcy. The homeowner might have, it could be a lot that's going on, but it does not, postponed does not mean canceled. Okay, everybody? Is my signal working? I feel like I'm a little like on the thing. It's not as crisp and clear, but y'all are with me. Let me know if something happens. But postponed does not mean canceled. CXL means canceled. Okay. They might have sold it, they might have caught up the balance or something like that. That's what CXL means. People's postponed to another date. If you look on this side, if it sells, this is the amount that it's sold for. Everybody with me? So the opening bid here was 284. It sold for 400,000. Okay. When the two numbers are the same, you guys, let's see which one. These are the same right here, 683. That means it did not sell. Okay. It reverted back to the bank when these two numbers are the same. Everybody with me? So if you want to go back, oh, okay. Is it, you guys? Okay, y'all here. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going just so we can, because I feel like I'm looking a little choppy too when I'm looking at the screen. So I don't know if it's the signal or what. I probably said the wrong word and now my signal is slow, you guys. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I was yelling at my kid to make sure she's not on the computer. Okay, so let me go back. Let me go back. Okay, we good now. Okay, we sped back up. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was screen sharing. So anyway, let's click on coming week and I can show, we can go through some auctions. Y'all can ask some questions. I'll show you what I do. Okay, so this is this week. Let's see what we got going. I see my auction was canceled. You guys, I try to find some that I might can click on and we can go look at them together. But if you're in San Diego, if you're in Arizona, if you're in North Carolina, check out this site, bookmark it. It lets you know what time the auction is. If you're there, they are at the courthouse. You guys, these auctions are at the courthouse in the county. Okay, so whatever San Diego County courthouse is, that's where these auctions are taking place. Okay, I'm always at the courthouse. I'm never at the people's house. Okay, I don't think, let me stop sharing because I feel like sometimes when I share, the screen starts lagging. Auction.com, me, Trustee sales, we're never at the people's house. I know a lot of times on TV, they show like people auctioning in the front yard of the house. Y'all, I live in Memphis. That's enough said, right? I'm not standing in anybody's front yard who is in foreclosure and auctioning off their house. Enough said, okay? So I'm always at the courthouse in the county. Auction.com is in the Comfort Inn across the street. So let me share something else with y'all so y'all can see just something to be aware of. I'm going to hop on auction.com. I'm about to share my screen. So for you to find auctions, blink if you can see my screen. Everybody see my screen? So let's say you are in Shelby County. Maybe it is my computer. Why I'm not. Okay, you're blinking. I don't know. Usually it's screen share, but today is acting crazy. I might just have to talk to y'all. But I just want to show you this really quickly. So you know, if it's a foreclosure sale, boom, click on it. If you where the auction is, can y'all see that? It will tell you where the auction is. Let me scroll up. Let's see it on your screen because my head is blocking. You see, it says come auction.com. If it says at the courthouse steps, those are trustee sales, that kind of stuff. It's a delay. I felt like it was. I could tell it was a delay. So just note that I'm gonna stop screen sharing for you guys. Sorry, you guys. Let's see if it picks back up now that I'm not screen sharing. Don't worry, I can talk. Don't worry. That's not the end of this just because I can't screen share. But be very mindful of where the location is. It's never at the house or in the people's yard. It's usually in a hotel, or at the courthouse. Okay, so be mindful of that. Is that better, everybody? Am I like moving like normal again and not like robotic? Is that better for everybody? Let's see. I wanted to share something else with you all. It's smooth when you're not. That's what I felt like. I felt like it started getting jerky once I started screen sharing. It's probably because I got all these lights on too. Baby, y'all, I got 3 ring lights on. Everything is hooked up, you guys. It's probably me doing too much on this little Wi-Fi signal. Not that the ring lights are really on the Wi-Fi signal, but we're going to cut off one ring light and see if this works. Okay, you guys. So what else? Somebody else, I saw another question about letters. Somebody asked me about letters. Let me answer that question, and then we're going to jump back in because clearly I don't believe fat meat is greasy, and I'm going to try to screen share again in a few minutes. But we're just going to give it time to recharge or something. Like that's how Wi-Fi works. We're going to let it recharge, and then I'm going to try again like a little kid. So somebody asked me about letters real quick. I mail every week. I mailed every week for the past 3 years. It might be 4 years at this point. I send letters to people who are in foreclosure. I send letters to people who have an auction scheduled. Okay, you guys, we've talked about this before. If you're new here, I'm gonna give you a little quick lesson, a little 1-2 on how foreclosure works. Okay, so the process of foreclosure, so I can make it really sometimes they are vacant. You know what I mean? I get some back all the time. I think I got some. The sender. Hold on. Turn the sender. You know, you're always going to get a couple of them come back because people walk away from their house. You know what I mean? And so when people get in foreclosure, they don't know what to do a lot of times. What was I about to tell y'all about these letters? I send letters for the last look. Oh, I was going through the foreclosure process. Are y'all losing me again? Y'all losing me again? Am I not working? Let me know if you can see me or hear me. Yeah, I don't know why the Wi-Fi is acting crazy today. I haven't really been on it or anything. And it's not storming. The average number of letters, it just depends. So I mail Monday, Tuesday. So probably like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I probably mail about, I would say like 30 to 40, maybe 30 to 50. Okay, some of y'all are good. Okay, 30 to 50 letters a week. It just depends on how long the list is. You know what I mean? Some days the list is longer than others. And I mail all of them. Like I don't skip. Look, Madeline, I'm gonna talk slow then. Look, I'm gonna talk slow. So maybe y'all, I'm just kidding. um, you guys, if it doesn't work, like if something happens and I go out, count to 30 and I will try to log back in. Okay. That's what we'll do. Count to 30 and I'll log back in if it goes out. Okay. But we're going to stay here until it go out. So what was I saying? What was I saying, you guys? You asked me about how, no, I'm just kidding. I ain't going to talk slow. I mail probably 30 to 50. It just depends on how many. Oh, that's what I was saying. I mail everybody. Some people pick and choose. Like they go